What are some of the barriers you've seen to women entrepreneurs creating wealth?
So the biggest barrier, and we did from 2018, we did a report in 2018 and we followed up in 2020. And the biggest barrier is language, because a woman that's living in rural Arkansas doesn't think of herself necessarily as an entrepreneur. That's just not a word that she's using. She's thinking, I'm going to do this thing to try to earn some extra money.
Right.
I'm going to do this thing to put food on my table for my family. I'm going to do this thing because there's nothing else to do in my community, right? And so when they go to Google resources for help, they're not looking at entrepreneur ecosystem.
Sure.
That's just not a thing that they're looking for. And so our report actually surveyed women business owners, and they didn't know about the vast network of resources that exist. So for us, it really is getting in front of the ecosystem in Arkansas and just really trying to advocate, like, how do you meet women where they are, change your language, making these resources accessible? Because interesting, and I think you all know this state has a lot of resources for business owners, but it just eludes people because of access. And I was meeting with someone yesterday, and we were talking about that in the work that they were doing. They always start by level setting, like, let's create a shared language, and just for women, they just don't have the time to quickly adapt to this. And we're doing so many great things. I'm proud to know of the ecosystem, but we kind of look at ourselves as like, okay, we're trying to connect actually individuals and show them the on-ramps to where they are, because they don't even know where they are. Another barrier is accessing capital, but again, capital, what's money? You need money, right? How do you get money? Well, there are ways to get money, and that starts with building up your own social capital, your own your own network. Who do you know? Who can you talk to? Who can you really get support from? And you may not be ready to walk into a traditional bank and get a massive loan. Maybe you don't even need that. And you don't need to take on debt, but what do you need and what does that look like? So we actually talk to women business owners on what are the ladders to capital building.